Hey guys, Richard here with e-bike reviews and adventures, and today I want to have a little riding discussion. We're going to go for a ride. We're going to have a little discussion about Rad Power Bikes. Now you're thinking, Richard, okay, you want to talk about Rad Power Bikes, but what is this? Well, this isn't a Rad Power Bike. This is the reverse trike, the tadpole trike from 630, and I wanted to show it some love because I haven't had it out recently. So we're just going to get out here on this, but yeah, we're going to talk about Rad. So, kind of different, huh? Right? I'm talking about Rad, riding somebody else's trike. Why is that? Well, primarily I don't own a Rad Power Bike. Yeah, don't own one. So, let's talk about that for a minute. And here's why I want to discuss Rad just a little bit. I saw a video a couple of days ago. Actually, it's been several days now, from Micah over there at ebikeschool.com, and he was talking about Rad Power Bike and how they're turning things around. And yeah, because they got this brand new bike that they just came out with. So I don't know if you saw that video. If you did, go check it out. But Micah is saying that, you know, Rad Power Bikes, they've had a difficult few years, but you know, things are on the up and up with them, and they're turning things around, and they just came out with this new bike that's really going to help them. So here's my thoughts on that. So let me give you my history with Rad Power Bike before I get into what I think, what's going on over there. Back when I first started this channel, a good 18 months, almost 2 years ago, you know, Rad Power Bikes is one of the companies that I was interested in because they were known to be, you know, one of the biggest bike dealers, manufacturers here in the United States. And, you know, they had a lot of bikes, they were real popular. And, you know, I reached out to them a couple of times. I actually made a couple of videos talking about them, like this one. Reached out to them a couple of times, trying to see if they would be interested in sending me a bike. And you know, it just didn't materialize, which is fine, no big deal. But then I heard that they were opening up a brand new store. And they were opening up a store in St. Petersburg, which is less than an hour. It's like 45 minutes from where I live. And I said, whoa, that's way cool. So I want to go check out their brand new store that was just, you know, had just opened up. So I contacted them, said, hey, I'd like to show up. I'd like to do a video with you guys and talk about your brand new store. Since you're getting into, you know, the retail business like that, not just online. And they said, sure, Richard, we'd love to have you. So we worked out the details. I showed up and, you know, was able to talk with the marketing manager there, the store manager, got a tour of the store, and just really enjoyed it. Really nice place. Put out a video about that. And then Rad invited me to join their ambassador program to be an ambassador for their company. And I thought, wow, that's a great honor. That's appreciated. You know, that's a great honor. That's appreciated. And yeah, I'd love to. Well, then I found out that, well, they call it an ambassador, you know, to represent their company, but really what's going on is, you know, traffic in both directions. Really what's going on is they just wanted another influencer. And what I mean is there's a difference between ambassadorships and influencers. Ambassadors, typically you have very few of them, and you get invited to, you know, special events, and you represent the company, and you do a lot of promoting for the company. And that's not quite what this was. They were offering everybody that wanted to be an ambassador to be an ambassador, which is basically just, you know, another influencer. And they weren't willing to provide any product or anything to support me and my channel. You know, if I wanted something, I could buy it, but they weren't going to send anything to allow me to demonstrate and to have, you know, be able to make content with their product so that I could promote them. So anyway, long story short, yeah, they just opened this up to everyone. So that was disappointing. So things started to sour real quick after that, when I realized that they really weren't gonna, it wasn't a real ambassador program, in other words. But something else was happening at that time. You know, right before that, Rad Power Bikes, they underwent a ownership change, so they got new owners to the company. That's one of the reasons why they started rolling out these retail locations, because it was one of the things they were doing to expand the company. About that time, they were also introducing a couple of new upgraded models that were really shocked a lot of Rad customers, because these upgraded models were really pricey compared to everything that they had done previously. The bikes that they had previously were, the $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 bikes. And then all of a sudden they came out with some brand new models, and they were like $2,000, $2,400, $2,500 bikes. And so they were really trying to reach that upper tier market. And so all this was happening at the same time, and it did not, in my opinion, from where I sit, it did not go over too well. Sales just did not take off with these higher end bikes. The bikes just couldn't keep up with the bikes that were being provided by all these other Chinese manufacturers that were starting to flood the market about that time. This is about 18 months ago, because there's just an explosion of online sellers coming out of China, and now we've got a couple hundred dealers out there selling bikes, and so there's all this competition, and so they quickly started losing their market share. And then of course you've got a company like Electric, which is just huge, and I honestly think Electric is the #1 dealer. They really came in and made a big hit and selling a lot of bikes and keeping them affordable. And so all these things are working against Rad. So Rad started going through a series of layoffs, and they started laying off people. And then it was a few months later, they laid off some more people, and it was just not looking good for Rad at all. And with all these different factors combined, I think they just took a lot of missteps. We'll jump back to today now. So now we have Rad announced a brand new bike, and it's more of a budget-friendly bike. And I don't remember all the details and specs. I think it's like a $900, $999 bike or something. Get past this construction. These guys are cleaning out the ditches. Try to reduce some of the flooding around here. All right, so anyway, so they just released this bike, and budget friendly, sounds good, right? Trying to get back to basics maybe, and get back to some of their customer base with a cheaper model. And Micah is thinking that this is what's going to really help turn the company around. And I thought, well, great, good for them. But then I went and looked at the bike. Okay. Oh my goodness. Talk about a bare bones kind of, cheapo bike. We're talking 36 volt system, not even a 48 volt system. It's like a 36 volt system. If I'm not mistaken, it had like a 10 amp hour battery. Just like, really, what are they thinking? This is what's going to turn the company around? And no, that's not going to work. That's just not going to work. Let's see if we can get by this couple here. Hello. Thank you so much for letting me pass. Appreciate that. So yeah, they think that's going to turn the company around, and it's like, no way, because that doesn't even compare or compete with the offerings that Electric has that are in roughly the same price range. It doesn't even compare. So I think that's just yet another misstep by Rad Power Bikes, and I think it's going to, over the next couple of months, we'll probably hear more about them in the news. More layoffs are on the way. It's just my thoughts, anyway. So anyway, it's just kind of disappointing to see someone like Micah, because he's got some good content, but I certainly don't always agree with some of the things he does and says. But he's out there saying this is it. This is what turns the company around, and it's not going to happen, in my opinion. But, I don't like to see bad things happen to anyone, so I do wish Rad Power Bikes the best and hope that they can turn it around. And I wish that we had been able to work something out, a long time ago, and we had been able to get some, get one of their Rad bikes or even their new trike on the channel. I'd love to have had one because, like I said, they're a popular brand. It just didn't happen. Oh, that's another one. That's another one. Let's just throw that little tidbit of information in there too. So their trike, they released their trike about the same time that Electric released theirs, right? I mean, within just a few weeks, if I'm not mistaken, they came out at the same time. Rad trike, $24.95. Electric trike, the Electric XP, $14.95. And the Electric trike is so much better than Rad. I had a chance to, when I was visiting that store and making that video, I had a chance to test it out and check it out. And oh my goodness, it's not a $24.95 trike, let me tell you what. But yeah, just an example of what's going on over there. you know, I don't know anything about the owners that took over the company, but I have a feeling that, you know, investors or somebody, you know, took over the company that really doesn't know much about e-bikes. And we see that a lot, where you have these companies that, hey, the e-bike explosion, let's get in on that and let's start an e-bike company. And so you got people out there, you know, trying to sell e-bikes, design and build e-bikes, that really just don't know a lot about e-bikes and the e-bike market. They just wanted to jump in on the trend because, you know, it's a good investment. So yeah, I don't know if that's what's going on over there or not, but it sure kind of seems like it. Well, guys, I think that's going to be it. Oh, let's go this way. That guy looks like he might be trying to parallel park or something. We'll zip over here. So that's my rant. Oh my goodness, that was a long rant. But hey, it's been a little while since I talked with you. It's been a little while since I've been out here riding around and making some videos. So that's my video for today. Let me know what you think about Rad Power Bikes. Do you own one? Have you ever owned one? Have you ever tested one out? What do you think about the Rad Power Bikes? I'd kind of like to know, you know, your feedback on your experience as a consumer. Did you think about it? Did you buy it? Did you think about it, but did you pass? If you passed on it, why did you pass on it? What drove you away? That sort of thing. And let me know what you think. Is this brand new Rad Power Bike? And go check it out. I'll put a link down below. Go check it out. Is this new, I think it's $999 bike, is it going to save the company? Tell me what you think. I'd like to know. That's it for this video. You guys give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. We'll see you in another video real soon. Ride responsibly and ride safe.